What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, Survival 817 back here. If you haven't already, please make sure you turn post notifications on, smash that subscribe button and please drop a like on the video. So if you haven't already, if you've already seen the video that I uploaded about 9 days ago, I would say, about the Glock 17 Gen 4, that is obviously a replica airgun that I own, which I've done a review and a test on it. But if you can remember a year ago, and I'll even put it up here, a year ago I'd done a review on the Remington RAC 1911. Now this is what this video is going to be on. We're going to be doing a video on the Remington 1911. It is going to be an updated version, so I'm going to show you how to field strip the weapon, because I don't believe I showed you that. And I will just be doing a completely new review altogether. Now, we're gonna set the camera up facing the table, and we're gonna get the gun unboxed, and we're gonna be doing a test. Well, we won't be doing a test on this, but we will be doing we've got a couple of videos in store. So the first one's going to be how powerful is the CO2 powered 1911 made by Remington itself, and then we're also going to do a power test on how powerful is the Glock 17 Gen 4. Some people said in the comments that it was a Glock 17 Gen 5. Now, the lad told me in the shop that it was a Gen 4. However, I have been doing a bit of digging, and the Glock 17 Gen 5s do have a gas blowback, but then the slide locks back once the magazine is empty. With the Glock I've got, the magazine doesn't lock back, and that's how I know that it's a Glock 17 Gen 4 in the replica airgun condolment. So yes, but I appreciate that. I've done me bit of research, and yes, the Glock I've got is a Glock 17 Gen 4. Like I said, the slide doesn't lock back once the magazine's finished. It just keeps on firing the rounds out. However, the Glock 17 Gen 5 airgun, the replica made by Glock, is the slide on that does lock back. Now, I am thinking about purchasing a new pistol or rifle somewhere along down the lines of maybe a week or 2 weeks ahead. And I was thinking about maybe possibly the MP5 from, the famous weapon from Squid Game, that everybody should be aware of. So the MP5 is a very tactical weapon, in other words. But yeah, other pistols I was condoling about buying were maybe the Webley 22 pellet revolver, which was originally used by the Peaky Blinders, if you've ever watched that. And another pistol could be maybe the Beretta M61 or the M62. And possibly the Desert Eagle. I'm really after the Desert Eagle, so I'm going to have a look about, because most of the shops where I've had a look at the Desert Eagle unfortunately have sold out of trademarks, so the place they get their air guns in from have no more Desert Eagles left in stock. So it might be a website trick, and a website trick, but we will get there eventually. But like I say, the Desert Eagle is the next gun I really am wanting, because it's a good little collector's piece, and we can also do a little test on them. So guys, that's enough of me talking. We're going to get into the video on the Remington 1911 RAC. So guys, this is the 1911 RAC made by Remington. It is a replica airgun. And as I say, for all you fellow Americans who watch my videos, those of you that don't know, but when you live in the UK, you can't get real firearms unless you get them imported illegally. No, but yeah, you can't get real firearms in the UK. You can only get replicas, like I stated in my last video. A replica is something that looks and feels the same as the real thing. So Like I say, this is the Remington 1911. It's an all-metal construction. It's got beaver grip hand grips. It's the caliber is 4.5, also calibrated in 177. It is a CO2 operated air pistol, and it's the most accurate replica I could find of the 1911 itself, made by Remington. The velocity on this is 320 FPS, and you can only fire steel ball bearings out of this. Try putting 177 pellets in, you're gonna knock the gun, and I don't think you want to be forking out another £150 for a gun that is this gorgeous. It is field strippable, which I am going to be showing you how to do that in today's video. The recoil is also amazing. It's just good recoil altogether. It's got realistic action and control, and it's just a brilliant piece altogether, to be honest. But moving on to the back of the box. So velocity is 320 FPS. Like I once upon a time said, it can only fire 4.5 steel ball bearings. The mechanism is semi-automatic blowback. The CO2 goes in the magazine, which will be in the gun. Obviously, it just shows you that. It is a 12-gram CO2 cartridge. It has got an authentic 1911 style grip, which is a beaver tail style grip. You've got your safety lever. Your capacity is 18, but if you're smart enough, you can already put one round in the chamber, which is what I normally do. So therefore, you've got 19 rounds. It's got a fixed notch rear sight, and it's got a fixed blade front sight as well. It's a full-sized handgun, obviously modelled after the classic 1911, as you can see in this corner. Length is 8 inches, width is 1 inch, height is 5.5, and weight is 2 pounds. So overall, not a bad piece of kit. I would love to fire one of these, a proper 1911, because I know most 1911s are calibrated in 45 ACP or 45 Colt, which I do potentially like. But anyways, so you've seen the back of the box, you've seen the front of the box. There's nothing really much important there. We'll open the box and we'll show you what comes in. So the way I've done it is I've left it exactly how I bought it out the shop when I bought it a year ago. And this is how I did receive it. You get your two owner's manuals. So one's an instruction manual and the other one is an owner's manual. This obviously shows you how to maintain your weapon, and then this one also shows you how to use the weapon correctly. Now, my personal preference is don't be going around shooting this at other people or animals. However, if you want to hunt with it, it's not really a hunting gun, but I have clipped a few pigeons with it. And to be brutally honest, when you wing them, they just fall out the trees like a bag of potatoes, and then you just go over to the pigeon and do what you need to do with it, and then you can happily get it on your fire. So it is a good little weapon if you're good with aiming, which I am indeed. But there are your two instruction manuals. I'll just put them there. You get your Allen key. So it's a decent sized Allen key, actually. Quite a big one, nice black. You get your magazine. So your magazine holds 18 rounds. You pull this down like that, and that'll just catch. And if you see there, that's where you can load bottom. You load bottom and then just angle it down a little bit, and then your ball bearings will just roll up the top there, and then you just click it back down, and then it just springs up like that. In the middle of the magazine right here, this is where you put your 12-gram CO2 cartridge. As you can tell, It has silvered up a bit from the amount of times I've used it, but overall it is a good little piece of kit that, I love. And then last but not least is the 1911 itself. Like I say, I'll show you a bit more on this in a minute when I get the box and everything moved. So guys, my microphone has died, so as you can tell, I'm speaking without a mic. This is what you get in the box. You get the owner's manual and the instruction manual, you get the magazine, you get the pistol, and you do get the Allen key. So we're going to be more focused on this than we are these. So I'll just move these out the way. So as you can see, the gun is a really nice piece. Looks like the part, and it's just an overall brilliant gun. As you can see, it says Remington 1911 RAC. It has got a little bit wear and tear. As you can see, the silver here, and then it is missing a screw, but the screws are easily replaceable. It's got a nice trigger guard, and it does have a lovely trigger, and the hammer set is also very nice itself, as you can see, just like that. So with this does have blowback. The blowback on this is absolutely unreal. That's this side of the gun, and then that is the back of the gun. Just gives you a warning, which obviously we don't need to read. It's got your safety mechanism here. There's another safety mechanism here. So the good thing about this is that even if the slide is hammered back, see it, so we'll just do that. If this bit isn't in, the hammer's not going to fire. So whether this is up, so if you've got that up, it's not going to fire. But if that's down and you don't hold this in, it's not going to fire. But the minute you hold that in, it fires just like that. So you can see a bit wear and tear on this side as well. It does have a functioning slide catch, which I'll show you in a minute. So as you can see, the slide does rack all the way back, with it being a fully blowback pistol. Whereas on the Glock 17 Gen 4, it doesn't rack all the way back, and it doesn't stick back once you've shot the last round. So with this, once you've shot your last round, the slide will automatically catch back when there's nothing in the magazine for it to chamber. And then once you've got that like that, you basically just take your magazine out. For instance, say you take your magazine out, you reload a new one in, and then you just click this down. Voila, there's your round in and ready to go. You've got about 18 to 19 shots. I normally get 19 shots out of this, and then like I say, you just keep pulling the trigger, and then the slide will lock back itself like that. And then you just take your mag out, put your mag back in, slide it down, and then fire it once again, which isn't too hard. As you can see, as a good demonstration of this, if I rack the slide back, I don't need to pull that up, because it will automatically stay like that. However, if I take the magazine out and I try racking the slide back, it doesn't stay back. That's because the gun has no empty magazine in, so it can't tell, the pistol cannot tell if it's loading another round or if it's not. Hence why you can just go like that with it. So I'll get onto the shooting of this. I'll show you a bit of shooting, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to strip the weapon down properly, and then we will go from there. So guys, this is the shot. This is my POV. I'll be firing at the target straight in front of us. 18 rounds loaded in this beautiful Remington 1911 in which I've just shot. So mag in, back and fire. Right, so to field strip it or to derail this pistol, what you want to do is you want to start by flipping the gun over and taking the magazine out, because the slide will not come off unless you take the magazine out, which is very crucial because you can actually end up breaking the gun and the magazine itself. So if we turn the gun back round, you'll notice that we have a little button. This connects to the slide catch, and this is going to be very vital in a minute. So when we turn our gun over, you've got two grooves. You've got the full-on slide catch, which catches the slide once it's blown back, but you don't want that setting. You want the second groove in, or the third, or the first groove when you first rack it back. So what you want to do is you want to push that up there like that. You want to keep a hold of that and then keep a hold of this. And you'll notice that button on the back, which I've just showed you, you're going to push this. And what this does is this releases your slide catch. We're going to put our slide catch just there. Now you want to push the reel all the way back, and then you just want to let it slide off naturally like that. So now you have the slide, and then you have the actual bottom half of the pistol. So just like that, you've got your magazine, you've got your bottom half of your pistol, and you've got the slide, and you've got your slide catch. So we'll just put our slide catch there. Next thing to do is, what you want to do is you want to push the spring. You've got your spring here. If you push the spring, pull the spring in, which can be a tricky job, it will release the spring and a bolt. Now you can take these out. Now what you do is you take your bolt out your spring. So now you've got three different parts of the weapon system. You've got your bolt, you've got your slide catch, and you've got your spring. Now if you just put it forward, you've got the chamber that your spring sits into, just like that. So now you've got four parts, just like that. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to turn that over like that. So these are the different parts that you should be left with. So the parts that you should be left with are the bottom part of your pistol, is the bottom part of your pistol, your magazine, your slide, your spring holder, your slide catch, and your bolt. That's how you strip it apart. Putting it back together, you go in reverse order. So it'll go that, then that'll go into that, and then the spring will go into there. And then this will connect back onto this part here. And then you slide it back on, and then you put your slide catch back in. So it is a very simple and easy way to do. So what I'll do is I'll show you now. So you take this part, which is your spring holder, and you want to make sure that this does have a little bit of a curvature on. So you want to make sure it's facing downwards. like that. So that'll just slide nicely back into place like that. And then what you want to do is you just want to put that down, just like that. You take your spring and you take your bolt. You want to make sure you don't lose these bits because these are important. And then you put your bolt into the end of the spring, just like that. Now, I do have a tendency of oiling my stuff, but I did oil this the last time I used it, so I always make sure that I maintain it in good selection. And what you do is you'll put your spring, this part that we've just put in here, you'd put your spring in there, and then it is a bit of a push, but then you've got them two that line up. That just gets pushed back into there, and it will just click in like that. So your slide, your spring, your bolt and your spring holder is all back in one piece. Now that just leaves the bottom part of the pistol, your slide catch and your slide. What you would do for this is you would take your pistol, you want to make sure that your hammer is still cocked back. You would take the bottom half and the top half, and what you want to do is you want to slide that along these two reels. So these two reels should naturally click in to these bits here on the side. So if I just show you, if you look on the back of the slide, just like that, these two holes is where your slide reels, these bits here will connect. So you just want to push them in there like that. Then you just want to give it a nice, snappy motion. There you go. So that's your slide back on. Now, to solve the problem of it all being back to one piece, what's left? The slide catch. So you basically do this the opposite way around. So what you do is you pull your slide back like that, just a little bit, not too much. Then you push your bolt in for the slide catch, just like that. Then you want to make sure that lines up with this square bit here. Then you just push it in. And there you go. It snaps itself back in. Then put it up. Make sure your slide catch still works. Push the slide down. There you go. And there you have it. You have just stripped your Remington 1911 RAC. It's not too hard. It's easy peasy. And then, as you can see, as a little demonstration, it still works perfectly fine. Right, from this angle, works perfectly fine. And then what you do is, let's see, you just load your mag up, put your mag in, slide it back down, and then you're ready to shoot. So guys, that is the re-upload of the Remington 1911. Personally, what do I think of it? Well, I do generally think it is a good replica airgun. Personally, because of the very well detail and the very well pattern. One thing I did forget to mention is that it has such a realistic ejection port, which is where the 45 ACP or 45 Colt brass casings would get ejected from. Personally, it is a really good gun. I do really like it. It just gives off that weight when you're actually holding it. It does give off that vibe of being a really good gun. It looks the part. It looks the best. Same as the Glock 17 Gen 4. It's just up there, to be honest. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, literally, absolutely brilliant. Like, look at that. It is spectacular. It's a spectacular piece. I mean, 159 quid, talking about 160. Some places do sell them off for about $150. But overall, it's a good gun. If you like collecting stuff like this, like what I do, then you'll be more than happy to pick it up from your shop. I'm going to start getting collections of these. This is going to be a re-upload of the original 1911, which I posted about a year ago because I didn't show you how to field strip it, but in this video I did. So yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please make sure you drop a like, drop a subscribe, smash that like button for more content that you like to see. There's going to be more guns on the channel. There's going to be air rifles, there's going to be air guns, there's going to be reviews, and there's going to be testing. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy the videos that I will be putting out there. I want to make content that you guys will enjoy. So please comment under this video what content you would like to see next, because I do have a couple of camps lined up next week. Not too sure where yet, but I do have a few lined up next week, and either my Glock 17 or the Remington 1911 will be used in that video. So it's going to be an absolute good camp. It's going to be a good mission, and we've got loads of stuff planned, and you will enjoy it. But thanks for watching guys. Make sure you drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and please comment down below on what you'd like to see next. Until next time guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your day from wherever you're watching, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Peace.